Hey guys, Sri Lankan Sammi. I'm back here. We are back in the car we're in Colombo and Mom's also already started coughing. I'm here with Mom and Dad. Mom, say
hi.
Dad, say
hi.
How are you, Dad?
Very well, thank you.
Oh, good to see you. Oh, I just emailed an old friend of mine last night. I was listening to some old music. Mom and Dad were out. I was home by myself. Ratnasiri's gone home to visit his family, so I turned on the music real loud Friday night, and I heard a song that reminded me of an old friend, my first girlfriend from Canada when I was in my 20s, who I'm still in touch with. So I emailed her and she emailed back, and she was like, oh yeah, I saw your YouTube, and I was like, oh wow, cool. Such a small world, such a small world. She said hi to you guys. So anyway, today we're going to talk about the reason why we came to Canada. Why did we come to Canada? All right, and we'll see you guys in a minute. All right, welcome back. So we're heading over to King's Hospital today. I'm gonna do a video on my health care that I'm taking care of, going for a consultation. Then we're going shopping and picking up some things, and then we're gonna go for lunch. So that'll be another video that you guys will see. But today, Mom, I wanted to talk to you about my early life and your life after you met Dad and got married. So in 66, 67, you 66 you met Dad? 65, 66? 67. And you guys got married pretty quick because Dad got deployed, got assigned. So you were a civil servant at the time, Dad?
Yeah.
And you were working for the civil service government, and you got, let's just use the word deployed to Beijing.
Yeah.
And how did you guys go there?
By ship.
By ship.
We went to Hong Kong by ship, and then from there, naturally, we took the train to Canton, and then from Canton we flew to Beijing.
So, but you stopped off in Bangkok.
Oh, when we were going by ship, we went from Colombo to Singapore, Singapore to Bangkok, Bangkok to the Philippines to Hong Kong.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
That was a cruise.
Yeah, that was a cruise.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Honeymoon.
Yep.
All right. So then you were stationed in Beijing.
Yeah. Yes.
And I was born in December 68.
68, yes.
And then Chana was born in January 71. So we were there until what year?
We were there until end of 71.
End of 71. So Chana would have been just
coming to a year.
Just coming to a year.
Yes.
And what was the decision to move? Or Dad got reassigned?
Dad got reassigned to Italy.
Italy. Now, he left.
Yeah.
And you were in Beijing or you were in Sri Lanka?
From Beijing, we came to Sri Lanka. And then Dad was with us for about less than a month, and he had to go to not to China, he had to go to Italy. So until our goods from China came to Italy, we did not want to leave, because for one thing is we needed warm clothes in Italy, right? You two guys were too small. So I stayed until the goods arrived in Italy, and Dad had found an apartment and got the apartment furnished and everything, so that we could move in. And then
how long was that?
Okay, we went in December. By February, end of February, March.
So couple months.
Yeah, couple of months.
So I was about 4 at the time. Sorry, 2.
About 2.
2. No, 3. I was 3 at the time. Okay. So that's a good timeline. Now, so then Italy.
Yeah.
We're in Italy. Now, I do kind of remember the apartment. It overlooked an alley.
Yeah.
And it was really, I kind of remember it.
Yeah.
Because we were there for 2 years.
2 years. 2.5 years.
2.5 years. So I went to school there.
Yeah, your first school, you started school there. You started nursery there.
Yeah. So I spoke fluent Italian.
Yeah.
Only that language.
Then, and no English, no Sinhalese.
You did speak a wee bit of Sinhalese, a wee bit of English, but you always translated it to Italian.
Italian, okay. Now, where is the decision to move to Canada? How did that work out? That's what I'm very curious about.
That worked out is during our stay in Italy, there was a lot of changes in Sri Lanka. And then
this was 1972.
73, 74.
Okay.
And then they were changing everything from English to Sinhalese.
That's what the politics was changing.
Politics was changing. And then Dad's brother was in Canada.
Older brother.
And then he also...
and he was a citizen.
Yeah. And when he was... and at one point he visited us in Italy on their way to Sri Lanka on holiday. And during that time he had a conversation with your father and said, I will sponsor come. Right? So Dad made the decision, okay, fine, we are going to Canada.
And that was it.
That was it. I didn't want to.
Really?
I didn't want to.
I always was under the assumption that it was your decision.
No.
Because we were moving around so much.
I was a little overwhelmed with two little children.
And it was your first time outside of Sri Lanka?
Yeah.
And you're like 24, 25 years old, right?
And I with two little children, I'm going to a place where we don't have a job. We don't have jobs, right? Only our savings. Right? What are we going to do? It scared them.
No, but I had the job.
When you were going to Canada, you didn't have a job. Okay.
When the decision was made. And you weren't working.
No.
You were a housewife.
Yeah, because I couldn't work.
Yeah. Well, in Italy and you're not allowed to work.
We were not allowed to.
Yeah.
So then after that, so anyway.
Sorry, but as a diplomat, everything's paid for, right? The housing, the food.
Yeah. No.
You get a stipend.
You get paid. That's it, right?
Okay. Yeah. But it's not as expensive to live as it Okay. Yeah.
It was paid for.
Yes, that's what we are saying, Dungi.
So anyway.
Yeah.
Then, so the decision was made. You had nothing to do with it.
No.
And you see, I was 100% under the opinion that you decided that because we were traveling around so much that you wanted to settle down.
I wanted to go back to Sri Lanka because then we would have servants to do the jobs for us. I would have nothing to do, and everybody would, for so many years I had to struggle with the two of. Well, in China it didn't matter because we had a maid to take care of you, but in Italy, no. Right. So it was. I wanted to get back.
Yes.
I was scared. To take two children and go to a country that we didn't know anything.
And then, also the stress. Channa had a medical condition with his intestines.
But that was okay. And then, it was just the fact that you're going to an unknown place with no jobs. You have to go and find a job.
And at that time, there was no. Not a lot of Sri Lankans in Canada. All right. There was not a lot of Sri Lankans in Canada.
No, there was not a lot of Sri Lankans, and the immigration officer who interviewed us in Italy, right? He was a very nice person, and he said he explained everything about Canada, and he also said, do not go immediately like in June, July. If you're going, go in August, September, because that's when everybody goes back to school and even a part-time job becomes available. Very nice person. And then he said, he looked at me and said, you will not have a problem getting a job as a secretary. Says, Dad, you will take a little while to get a job. So then that bit of confidence came in, and then we went to Canada. We stayed.
So we landed in Dorval.
We landed in Dorval, and then we took the plane to Toronto.
And we stayed in Scarborough.
No, we stayed with his brother for 2 days.
Yeah, in Scarborough.
No, Don Mills.
Don Mills, okay.
And then they had found an apartment for us in Scarborough, and then we
How long did we stay there?
We stayed there only for 3 months.
Okay, and then moved to Mississauga.
No, moved to Nairn.
Oh yeah, that's right, Little Italy.
Little
So we
Italy.
moved to, yeah, I remember going, so St. Clair and Dufferin area.
St. Clair and Dufferin.
St. Clair and Dufferin area in Toronto, which is
Yeah.
Little Italy.
Little
And I remember going to Earl's Court Public School.
Yes, yes.
And
John also went there.
so tell me the funny story about my first week with what the teachers told you
That was, what do you mean?
with my language.
That was in Scarborough. They
Oh,
asked,
in Scarborough. Oh,
yeah,
okay,
they
sorry.
asked, what's your, since we were immigrants, they asked us what is our first language, and I put English. So the next day I get a little note for me to come and see the teacher, and then she said he doesn't. I said okay, he does understand, but you have to talk a little slowly because of this situation. Oh, okay. She was a very nice teacher. So
Yeah, I don't remember that.
I
don't
got a
remember
little
any of that.
concerned. So what I did was, morning, noon, and night, whenever we were at home, all you guys watched was Sesame Street. So
That's
that
why
you will
my
learn.
accent is different from both of your accents.
Naturally, yeah.
Dad, you speak with a Sri Lankan accent. Mom speaks with a British accent. Would you like a tomato? Would you like some water? Would you like some water?
And and then then once we went there, and I found a nice lady in our apartment itself to take care of the two of you. I got a job within 10 days. Within a week, I got a job as a secretary to a bank manager.
Now you have to remember this is 1974-ish.
1974 August.
Yeah, so this was-
September 9th.
This was still typewriters and carbon paper.
Typewriters and carbon papers and no photocopies.
No
and
photocopies.
nothing. Everything.
Everything was manual in those days.
And it was, and then from there I gained my confidence because.
So you were like 26 at this time?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then then from there, I went up the ladder.
So how did we move to St. Clair?
We moved to St. Clair was because I couldn't manage getting up early in the morning.
So
and
you,
taking
sorry.
a-
So let's take a step back. So you had got a job in St.
St.
Clair
Clair.
at the bank,
Yeah.
the National Bank.
Yeah, and
So
the bank.
manager there got you an apartment, got us an apartment.
I told him that I'm going to leave because I simply cannot handle it.
From Scarborough to
yes,
St. Clair was
by
just
bus
too far.
and
Yeah,
too
because there was
far.
no subway.
Yeah.
No,
No, there was subway.
no, there was no
There was subway. All
the
right.
LRT, the
No,
Scarborough,
not-
the Scarborough
not-
extension.
No Scarborough extension.
Exactly.
I had to take the subway to the bus to the subway and then take it
Yeah.
to Dufferin
Yeah.
and then walk from take the bus from Dufferin to closer to
To the house.
not to the house to the bank.
Ah, okay.
Anyway, then he said, no, you're not leaving. I will find you a place. And then he found us
Right across the
upstairs,
street, basically.
Right across the street.
You're right.
from there.
I remember that.
And then from there,
Yeah.
now,
How did I settle in? Because that area is all Italian.
yeah, no, you were okay.
Because the school, all the kids I remember were all Italian.
Italians, yeah.
I
yeah.
spoke Italian to
Yeah,
them.
you did.
That was cute to them.
Yeah.
Little brown kid speaking fluent Italian. Now, tell me the funny story about the man who used to come and sit on our porch. You know who I'm talking about? And he ended up being he was
yeah.
all right. So in Nairn, there was an older Italian man that used to come by and talk with us and with Dad and everything.
Oh, right.
Yes,
I
tell us
know
that story.
He never sat on our porch. He
Okay.
was there. I mean, he was the head of the mafia. and I mean, the area that we were in was all mafia.
Yeah.
We knew it. I mean, when I went there, the girls told me so and so is this, so and so is that. If they come to meet the manager, doesn't matter who's there, you take them into the room. They get preference. Even if on the phone, you have to put a note in front of the manager saying, he's on the phone. But they were very nice. Especially to me, they were very nice, very, very nice people. And the
Cordial.
The day we were robbed, oh my God, something has happened here. The day we were robbed, the first thing they came to ask me was, "Are you okay? Are you okay?"
Because they pointed a gun at you, right?
Yeah. Are you okay? Are you okay? Then I said, and is your husband coming to take you home? Yeah, I said, yes, he's coming to take me home. And the next thing that one of the guys there, I still remember Mario telling me, "Don't worry, we'll find them." So, right? So, it was scary.
Yeah,
it was bloody scary for the first time in my life. And then the policeman, the officers, CID officers come and say, "You didn't have to worry. There was no gun there. It was just a piece of stick that was wrapped around. All you did was see the pipe, end of the pipe." So, it when you look at it now, you can laugh about it, but at that time, no,
of course,
you couldn't.
of course.
You were so scared.
So then from there we moved to Mississauga. Mississauga, we moved to Bradford.
Yeah.
And then that was the end.
That was the end.
All right, guys, thanks. We're here at the hospital. We'll see you guys on the other side. Thanks again for joining. Thanks, Dad, for hanging out. Mom, thanks for talking.
Yeah.
Learn to live life. Don't let life live you. Everyone, be good to each other. We'll see you on the other side.